see that one girl's face, one of the bully's face, when the one girl actually approached the girl that was being bullied? How was that? Did that face just like, why are you doing that, right? Kinda. Well, that one girl stepped in and made that one girl's day, and probably the rest of it made her year a lot better because she knew she had a friend. So, why people bully? Parental relationship. Bullies tend to come from families that are characterized as having little warmth or affection. These families also report trouble sharing their feelings and usually rate themselves as feeling less close to each other. Parents of bullies also tend to use inconsistent discipline and little monitoring of where their children are at throughout the day. Sometimes parents of bullies have very punishing and severe discipline style, with physical punishment being very common. Bullies also report feeling less closeness to their siblings. School failure. Bullies are usually not model students. Very often they are not doing well in school. They don't have good connections with their teachers. 4 categories of peer rejection. This is, I think, pretty good. Popular children are those that many children say they like and few children say they dislike. These children usually have positive social and communication skills. Controversial children are both actively liked and disliked by many of their peers. They tend to have good social skills but also exhibit aggressive behavior. They're usually the class clowns. Rejected children are actively disliked by many of their peers and well liked by few of their peers. They show high rates of conflict, aggression, and immature play. And they have trouble taking the perspective of another person. They also have a hard time solving problems without resorting to violence. Rejected children are often prone to delinquency and dropping out of school later in life. Another one, neglected children are seldom neither liked or disliked by their peers. Although they are very shy and may have low self-esteem, many neglected children do very well in school, and they are able to develop friends as they approach adolescence. Bullies often come from the rejected category, but they also come from the popular category. Victims can be selected from any category, although neglected children are more common. So, reasons why people bully. Does anybody have any reasons why people might bully?
For power.
Power?
They might have been bullied before.
Hmm?
They might have been bullied before.
Yep. Could be. Jealousy.
They probably didn't.
Yeah.
They had something they were taught wrong.
Yep.
Fame.
Mm-hmm.
Popularity.
Yep. Do you have one?
Yeah.
Well, their abilities might have different ability. Like the person that's being bullied might have a different ability than the bully. Who they live with, someone in their household, their race or religion. They don't join the group. The reason I have that is because the bully might be trying to get that person into a group, and that kid knows that person does stuff bad, and therefore he says, I don't want to be with you guys do stuff bad, and so he starts bullying them because he didn't join the group. How they act, they might act differently, a little different. They might be good at something, jealousy, they might be jealous. Bullies may think their target is gay or lesbian. Their appearance, social class. How do bullies attack their targets? Physically, which can be anything from shoving, tripping, punching, or hitting, which we talked about before. Psychological control or verbal insult. Excluding them or gossiping about them is psychological control. taunt or tease their targets is verbal insult. How do bullies make people feel? Well, their schoolwork and health starts to suffer. Example, Amber began having stomach pains and diarrhea and was diagnosed with a digestive condition as a result of stress that came from being bullied throughout the 9th grade. Another example is Mahfouz spent his afternoon hungry and unable to concentrate in class because he was too afraid to go to his school cafeteria at lunchtime. Some more stuff. They usually have low self-esteem. They're usually stressed, depression, suicide. They feel tense, anxious, and afraid. Gender difference in bullying. Right. Most studies find that boys bully more than girls. Boys report being bullied by boys. Girls report being bullied by both boys and girls. And boys are more likely than girls to get physical in bullying. And girls more likely to be bullied through rumor spreading, sexual comments, and social exclusion. The next video I'm going to show you guys is, how many of you have watched like Hannah Montana, all those Disney shows? Okay. Well, in a lot of those, they have a little bit of, there's some bullying that happens in those. And Demi Lovato and Miley Cyrus and a bunch of them have made this video.
I know how much it hurts.
When people are mean to you at school, you turn the other cheek, there's like always hope for whatever thing that like people start trying to like give you crap about, just ignore it, because later on you're gonna end up being a stronger person. Because if I wouldn't have gotten bullied in school, if I wouldn't have really bad skin, who knows how I would have been, but it just made me like a lot stronger, and now I know that I can talk to people like this and be able to be on their side. It's just pure karma. You can't expect good things to happen to you if all you want is bad things to happen to other people.
Oh, there she is. She's such a loser.
I know.
What a geek.
Get lost.
Are you or someone you know being bullied? Do you know a bully? Be kind, be brave, and be courageous, and report it. Don't be silent.
Stomp out bullying.
If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all.
Anyone who has to bully is showing you a sign of weakness. They have to put someone else down to make themselves feel better.
There'll be a lot of haters, but guess what? I don't care what you say.
Fair. What if I start saying mean things to you? How would that make you feel?
Now we're going to talk about cyberbullying. And that just the effects of cyberbullying. Definition of cyberbullying. The National Crime Prevention Council defines cyberbullying as when the internet, cell phones, or other devices are used to send or post text or images intended to hurt or embarrass another person. Some technology for cyberbullying: email, cell phones, instant messaging, chat rooms, and online gaming. We're gonna do a little bit of scene here through cyberbullying. I'm gonna send a message to Andy in the back, and I'm gonna send it now so you can sit by the camera. I'm done talking. But the message will say, "Nobody likes you. Why don't you just leave?" It's just sending now. As he gets that message, he's going to come up and tell us how he feels about that message. All right? Because that's a common message, I think, that could get sent out to kids over cyberbullying. Did you get it yet?
Yep, just got it.
All right, you want to come up and... All right. That's very rude. Do that. Do you think I know how he feels on the other side of that phone? No, exactly. He's probably like, it's anonymous, right? You don't know what the person that sends that message doesn't know what's happening on the other side, right? Okay, so cyberbullying. Remember that. Don't do that. All right. Thanks, Andy. I got some differences between bullying and cyberbullying. We're going to start with bullying. Bullying is direct, right to the person, right at that second. It usually occurs on school property. It usually has poor relationships with teachers, fear, retribution. Usually that's physical, hitting, punching, and shoving, like we talked about before. Verbal, teasing, name calling, and gossip. Nonverbal, using gestures, and exclusion. Then we go to cyberbullying. It's anonymous, like we said. It occurs off school grounds. Has a good relationship with teachers usually, because do teachers know what's happening? No. Unless someone talks to that person. Fear of loss of technology privileges. It's further under the radar than bullying. Usually you can see if something's happening in your school through regular bullying, but cyberbullying, you don't know what's happening. Emotional reaction cannot be determined. Locations where bullying usually happens. Anybody have any locations where bullying usually happens? At school?
Walking home from school? Walking home from school?
Yep. So you go over right there?
Like a park?
Park?
Neighborhood?
Neighborhood? Oh.
And just back.
Mm-hmm.
Going to the airport.
Yep. Anybody else? Alright. I got playground. Classroom. Lunchroom. Halls.